Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be doing a review of my personal top 10 Star Wars video games of all time. The thing is, I decided to do it more by series, so the titles that have sequels are going to kind of be grouped into like one series. Um, a lot of good options. We've had a lot of good games over the years and a lot of not so good games, and we'll talk about those in another video. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with number 10. Number 10, I decided to put the new Battlefront series, and when I say the new Battlefront series, EA. Yeah. Initially, I was not even going to include these games on my list, but I think over the years they've grown on me, especially with Battlefront 2. There was a lot of controversy when that game first came out. The paywalls, the microtransactions, it's just their handling of the games has been nothing short of awful, in my opinion. But the games themselves have turned out to be pretty fun. I think going back and playing them now, kind of removed from the initial controversy when it first came out, I think they're pretty solid. A lot could be better. Again, a lot of wasted potential, I think, with these titles. But all in all, not a bad series. So I'm gonna put it in the 10 spot. Number 9. Number 9 is a game that personally means a lot to me because it was the first game that I ever played on the PS2, which was Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. Um, I love the characters in this game. I love the story. Yeah, the mechanics aren't great and it doesn't really hold up all these years later, but I thought the game was a lot of fun. I thought the missions were fun. Just a good time playing it and a lot of good memories. So I'm going to put Jedi Starfighter in this spot. Number 8 is going to be Star Wars Dark Forces. Again, this is one of the earlier Star Wars games that I was introduced to. Um, a lot of fun. Recently replayed the remaster, or if you want to call it that, um, just to experience it again. I think during a time where the Star Wars universe wasn't nearly as expanded, getting to see different parts of the world and the Empire, and fighting those familiar enemies in the game was a lot of fun. Dark Forces is just going to be one of those OG classics that's always just going to kind of come to mind when you think of the golden days of them making just games that were cool, and games that were fun. Number 7, I'm gonna go with Star Wars Racer Revenge. Again, this was a personal game of mine. I loved the different pod racers and the different designs and the maps. I thought it was a lot of fun. I used to play a lot of this game. A lot of hours spent trying to unlock all the racers and complete all the everything the game had to offer. The mechanics were fine. I think the controlling the pod racers was decent. I think it's something if they made like a newer version now, I think they could really do a lot with it. Put in the ability to like design your own custom pod racer and kind of modify it the way you would want to play and the way you would want to control it. I think that would be really cool. But as it is, fairly solid game, and I had a lot of fun with it. All right, number 6. We're gonna go with the Jedi Knight series. This is some of the best controllability of a Force user or lightsaber combat that has been in a Star Wars game. I mean, they really were ahead of their time in the mechanics. These games, like even now, hold up so well. Great storyline, great environments. just just a ton of fun, man. I really love the lightsaber combat in these games. So yeah, it's gonna be number 6 here. Number 5, I'm gonna put the Force Unleashed series. Man, what a game. Well, games. Definitely spent a lot more time with the first one than I did the second one, but man, just the ability to kind of tap into the unlimited potential of force powers in video games is nothing short of incredible. Yeah, man, those games had great level design, great character design. The different bosses were, it was just cool, man. I wish they'd make a game like that now. But yeah, The Force Unleashed, man, just classic title. Really something I hope they bring back one day. All right, number 4. In the more modern era of Star Wars, we're gonna go with the Fallen Order series. Again, the story I think is the biggest selling point for this game for me personally. I think Cal Kestis' story and the crew and the Mantis crew is it's a great story. I mean, and in both Survivor and Fallen Order, I think there's a great story that could have easily been adapted into a movie or a live action TV series, but to be able to play through it, and again with the ability to customize your lightsaber and customize your appearance and the different maps, the different enemies and environments. I mean, these games are challenging, but in the most rewarding way, because it does feel like the time that you're investing to uncover all the Easter eggs and all the secrets. It does feel worthwhile, and that's a sign of a really good game. Let's see, number 3. Number 3, I'm gonna put the pretty much the Lego Star Wars games, and I considered not including them on the list only because I feel like they could have their own universe in a way, so maybe their own list. But as far as the Star Wars Lego games are concerned, just some of the most fun games. I mean, I think many of us remember playing the first Lego Star Wars game as a kid and just how cool it was and the amount of characters you get to control and just all the secrets, all the Easter eggs, really good stuff. And even like the most recent one, the Skywalker Saga, I feel like it could have been better with there being a little bit more to do with such an open kind of galaxy to explore. But as far as playing through the events of the movies, it still holds up, still a lot of fun, and Lego Star Wars games always gonna be there for me. All right, number 2, gonna go with Knights of the Old Republic. Interestingly enough, I did not get to play this game when it first came out because I was not an Xbox person. I had to experience it later on. But man, I'll never forget my first experience playing through Knights of the Old Republic. Again, the setting, the characters, that role-playing aspect of being able to make choices, being able to have an impact on the world in the game. I mean, nothing really close to that has been done since, which is a shame because in the Star Wars universe, that type of game works so well. Knights of the Old Republic really gave people the ability to exist in that universe and kind of make the story their own, and it's something I really just want to see more of, and I think eventually we will. But for that era, Knights of the Old Republic was a really special time. All right, number 1, as most people could probably guess by now, since it hasn't made an appearance on the list, the original OG Star Wars Battlefront series. Just classic. Everyone knows it's classic. The memes, just like the simulations. It's, man, just such good games. I would actually call in sick from school just to stay home and play the games, which is crazy. But man, just the nostalgia, like when you played in those maps, like you got to see literally the Star Wars screens coming to life, because you would see Hoth and Tatooine and Kashyyyk and all these planets that you got to see in the movie, to be able to explore them. And it was one of really the first times in a game that we were really able to do that. Um, I thought the gameplay mechanics themselves were great. I love the concept of, the command posts, and just kind of having this all-out brawl with heroes being kind of, scarce as far as making minimal appearances in the battles. Um, just really well done titles. Something I was very disappointed that was a lot different in the new Battlefronts that they made. I think they actually could have learned a thing or two from the originals and expanded upon that. It's a real shame we never got an official Battlefront 3 for that series, but it is what it is. It's mainly just nostalgia for me personally. Many an hours staying up late playing those games just brings back a lot of fun. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Just a little quick top 10 list, and I appreciate you watching. If you like the content, subscribe. We got more great content coming out in the future. And as always, may the force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.